It was an up year for billionaires, with a record 2,781 of them worth a record $14.2 trillion on Forbes 2024 World's Billionaires list. But not everyone is celebrating. An unlucky quarter of those on the ranking are poorer than they were in 2023, and 189 people fell below the $1 billion threshold, losing their membership to the 3 Club entirely. These billionaire drop-offs include moguls behind some notable brands, such as Estée Lauder heir Gary Lauder, Hajime Satomi, former CEO of Japanese gaming company Sega Sammy, and David Tran, owner of the company behind Sriracha hot sauce. The overwhelming majority of the losses came from China, one of the few huge markets to sputter in an otherwise positive year amid fallout from slower economic growth, a property market glut, a decline in foreign investment, and rising geopolitical tensions. China, including Hong Kong and Macau, shed 133 billionaires since last year's list. The United States, meanwhile, which has the most billionaires of any country, only saw 8 billionaires drop from the ranks, followed by 6 in Japan and 5 in Russia. Here are the top drop-off billionaires in 2024. Osman Kibar. Long gone are the days of the pandemic pushing up the value of healthcare firms, like Kibar's biotech business BioSplice Therapeutics. Forbes estimates that the company, which uses pre-mRNA splicing in osteoarthritic and oncology treatment, is worth $1.6 billion, far below the 2018 funding round that had pegged it at $12 billion. That's enough to knock Kibar, who has an estimated 36% stake in the private firm, off the list. Byju Raveendran. Raveendran co-founded learning app Byju's, once India's most valuable startup, in 2011. In January, Byju posted its long-delayed results for the fiscal year ending March 2022, showing a net loss topping $1 billion. BlackRock slashed its valuation of Byju's to about $1 billion, down from the firm's $22 billion valuation in 2022, amid the company's struggle to secure capital and allegations of accounting irregularities. Byju's shareholders voted to oust Raveendran as CEO in February. Hui Ka Yan. In March, securities regulators fined his property developer Evergrande Group $580 million, and Hui personally $6.6 million, for defrauding investors and colluding with others to inflate the group's revenues by 564 billion yuan, about $78.4 billion. After a Hong Kong court approved Evergrande's liquidation to pay back debts totaling around $300 billion, Hui's net worth plummeted to around $700 million, a pittance compared to his peak estimated fortune of $36 billion back in 2019. The disgraced magnate hasn't been seen in public since September. Rene Benko. The Austrian real estate tycoon lost his membership to the 3 Club late last year, after his real estate firm, Signa Holding, filed for insolvency amid a mountain of debt. 2 key subsidiaries, Signa Prime Selection and Signa Development, filed for insolvency shortly after. Based on the net asset values for Signa Prime, Signa Development, and Signa Holding, Forbes has lowered his estimated net worth to nothing. Last month, Benko himself filed for personal insolvency. Wang Wenyin. In October, a Chinese court ordered a 3-year freeze on Wang's stake in metals giant Amer Holding, following a series of contractual disputes. Wang, dubbed the King of Copper, stepped down as chairman of Shenzhen Amer, a subsidiary, in the ensuing days. With Wang holding 90% of the company, which accounts for the bulk of his wealth, the freeze knocks him off the billionaires list and easily makes him the biggest loser in both percentage and dollar terms. It's a sharp fall for the self-made entrepreneur, who is worth $19 billion last year and China's 9th richest. In March, a court from a separate province issued the same 3-year freeze on Amer Holding. The company reportedly has a history of overpromising and underperforming on some of its projects. Wang did not respond to a request for comment by the time of publication.